Hello there. In this video, I'm going to share with you about SURDS. Okay, what is SURDS? SURDS is something that is inside the square root. It can be an algebra. It can be a number. Alright. Okay, now we try to understand the operation involving SURDS. So operation involving SURDS, we have plus, minus, multiply, and also divide. Okay, first we try to understand the plus and minus operation involving SURD. Okay, now we start with the operation of a addition and also subtraction for the SURD. Okay, now when we have square root of a plus with square root of a, this one, it will behave like an algebra. So it's like 1 plus with 1. So you will have the answer there, 2a square. Okay, now we make the question a bit more complicated, like 2a. Then we have the 3 square root of a. Now we have the a square root of 5 square root of a. Okay, now negative 3 square root of a minus 8 square root of a. It becomes negative 11 square root of a. Okay, now you can see that the square root of a here, alright, the square root of a in all these three questions, it behaves like an algebra. Okay, now let me change this into like 3, and we have a square root of 2, then we minus 10 square root of 2. Okay, so this square root of 2, it behaves like an algebra and we should remain this. Now we focus on the numbers. Here we have a 3 and here we have a negative 10. So your answer here will be negative 7. Okay, this is for the addition and subtraction operation involving SURDS. Okay, now we focus on the multiplication of this SURD. Okay, when we have square root a multiply with square root b, please understand that this a and b will be inside the square root. A multiply with b. So they'll become square root of ab. Alright? Okay, now if the numbers or the algebra is the same, so we will have a. How is this happen? How? It's all because of their indices. Now you could see that square root of a is actually a power of 1 over 2. So now this one, a is a power of 1 over 2 multiply with a power of 1 over 2. When they become multiply, it means is 1 over 2 you plus with 1 over 2. So it will end up become a 2 over 2, which is a power of 1. Alright. Okay, this is the explanation for this thing, this question. Alright, not only algebra, but also okay, sorry for that. Okay, not only algebra, but also for numbers. Now example, now we have here 5. Square root of 5 multiply with square root of 5, it become 5. Okay, now square root of 23 multiply with square root of 23, it become 23. Alright. Okay, guys, this is the operation when the surds is being multiplied. Okay, multiply operation. Okay, now we are going to combine this operation involving addition and subtraction and the operation involving multiplication. We are going to combine this in this next slide. Okay, now we go to simplifying the surds. Okay, so here we have 2 square root of, let's say we make it into 3 here, and then we plus with 8 square root of 3. Okay, now it become this 2 and this 8, it will become plus, and it behaves, this square root of 3 will behave like an algebra. Okay, this is the lesson that we have learned in the previous slide. Now we are going to make it into multiply. So when we are making it, let me change this number here so it will make you understand better. Okay, now you can see we have to multiply the decimal and the decimal, which is 2 multiply with 8. Okay, however, when we're looking at the surds, we have to multiply surd and the surd. So it goes in this way. Square root 3 multiply with 4. Okay, now let us solve this. Okay, 2 times 8 we have 16, and here we have 12. Okay, this is your answer for number 2. Okay, for number 3, negative 2, 8, we multiply with 3 square root of, let's say we make it into 3 here. Alright, so the same thing, decimals and decimal. Alright, decimal and decimal, we multiply, and then the square root here, square root of 8 and square root of 3, we have to multiply together inside. Alright, so your answer here will be negative 6 and square root of 24. Okay, this is your answer. Alright, our next step here is, okay guys, this answer, it is not fully simplified yet. Okay, so I'm going to teach you how to simplify both of these answers now. Okay, simplifying surds, number 1. How do we simplify a square root of 12? So, as we have learned before this, when a square root a multiply with square root b, it can become square root of ab, but it also can become square root ab and becoming square root a multiply with square root b. So the same thing we are going to do over here, which is we have to separate this. So it becomes, okay, in what number? 12. The factor of 12 is 1, 12, is 2, 6, 3, 4. And we find a number which we can square root perfectly. So your best answer is here, this pair of these numbers, because square root of 4, we will get a 2 here. So we can select this pair. Alright, then we write here 3, 4. Okay, what happened next is we can separate this into square root 3 multiply with square root 4, and it becomes square root 3 multiply with, we can actually solve this square root 4 to become a 2. Okay, we will normally write the numbers in front of this square root, so, and we become 2 square root of 3. Okay, let us try a new. Okay, now let us try the second question, which is square root of 18. So this 18 can be, 18 has a factor 1 multiply with 18 and 2 multiply with 9. Okay, so we can select this pair because 3, okay, 2 multiply with 9. Okay, we can select this pair because the 9 here, we can square root the 9 to become the 3. Alright, so we are going to substitute over here inside 2 multiply with 9, and we are getting square root of 2 multiply square root of 9, which will result in 3. Alright, so here will be 2 multiply with 3, and your answers will be 3 square root 2. Okay, now let us try the third question, square root of 50. Okay, 50, you can this 50 you can separate it into 25 multiply with 2, which results in square root of 25 multiply with square root of 2, and here it becomes 5 square root 2. Okay, now from here we have learned to simplify from this form to this. Now we have to learn about expanding the surds into the complicated form. Now 6 square root of 3. Alright, so when the 6 is moving inside, we have to square it. So it becomes, the 3 remains the same, and the 6 will become 36. And it can multiply together. 3 multiply with 36 resulting in, you got here 108. So this is your answer. This is how we expand. Okay, I'll give you one more. Now 5, 2. So the same thing. So the 5, when it moving inside the surd, it has to be square. So 5 square, you got around 25. And 2 times 25, you are getting square root of 50. So this is the expanding of surds. Okay, I hope you understand the basic fundamental of surds. So this is your lesson 1. Okay, please look at the link below to get lesson 2 for surds. All the best. Thank you for watching this video.